When we think about AI, we often picture this single, super smart brain. But what happens when a problem is just too big, too complex for one AI to handle on its own? Well, it turns out you build an AI team. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful framework that does exactly that. It turns a bunch of individual AI agents into a highly effective, coordinated unit. And it all really boils down to this one question. Imagine you've got this team of AI experts. One is a genius at analyzing data, another is amazing at booking flights, and the third can plan your entire trip's activities. How in the world do you get them to actually cooperate instead of just doing their own thing in a silo? Well, just like with people, the secret sauce is having a clear structure for success. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to break it all down into 5 key parts. We'll kick things off by really understanding the problem. Then we'll introduce this thing called the Coordinator-Worker-Delegator model as the solution. After that, we'll see it in action with a super cool example. And finally, we'll talk about why this whole structure is such a game changer. All right, so first things first. To put it simply, as the problems we ask AI to solve get more and more complicated, a single jack-of-all-trades AI just doesn't cut it anymore. Think about it like building a house, right? You would never hire just one person to handle the plumbing, the electricity, the framing, and the painting. No way. You hire specialists for each job, and it's the exact same idea with AI. But the real trick, the big challenge, isn't just having these specialists, it's getting them all to work together as one cohesive team. And this brings us to the solution. And what's so cool about it is that it's not some brand new, out-of-the-blue idea. It's actually inspired by decades of human management theory. It's called the Coordinator-Worker-Delegator Model, or CWD for short. And you can basically think of it as an org chart, but for an AI team. So at the very top of the food chain, you've got the coordinator. Think of this agent as the CEO, or maybe the project manager. It doesn't get its hands dirty with the day-to-day tasks. Instead, its job is to hold that big picture vision, to set the overall strategy, and to make sure the whole operation keeps moving in the right direction. Next up, you have the delegator. This is your middle management. So the coordinator comes up with the grand plan, but the delegator is the one who handles the logistics. It's the essential link that takes those big strategic goals, breaks them down into smaller, concrete tasks, and then figures out exactly which specialist is the right one for the job. And finally, we get down to the workers. These are your specialists, your experts on the ground. Each one has a very specific, unique skill. One might be an expert at booking flights, another is a pro at data analysis, and another knows everything about hotel reservations. They are the ones who actually get the work done. Okay. And this diagram, it lays it all out so clearly. You can see this perfect 3-level hierarchy in action. The flow of information is just crystal clear. The coordinator at the top sends down the big tasks to the delegator, who then assigns the work to all the different workers. And just as important, the workers send their results and status updates right back up the chain. It's this clean, organized, two-way street of communication. These 4 principles are really what make the whole CWD model work so well. By separating the planning from the actual doing, the system stays super focused. The hierarchy means there's never any confusion about who's in charge of what. That constant flow of information up and down prevents any miscommunication. And all of that together creates a system that's not just efficient, but also really resilient. It can handle curveballs just like a great human team. All right, so theory is great, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. We're going to walk through how you could build a super sophisticated, intelligent travel agent system that can plan your entire vacation for you right from scratch. And check this out. This slide shows the workflow perfectly. So a user comes in with a request, something like, hey, plan me a 10-day trip to Italy, and I'm on a budget. That request goes straight to the coordinator, which then uses its delegator to manage a whole team of specialists, flight bookers, hotel experts, you name it, to put together the perfect travel plan. This step-by-step journey really shows the CWD model in action. So that big, complex request from the user, the coordinator breaks it down into bite-sized pieces. Then, the delegator assigns those smaller jobs to the right workers, who can all work on their tasks at the same time. The delegator then gathers all the puzzle pieces, the flight confirmation, the hotel booking, the list of activities, and puts it all together before the coordinator gives it one last look and presents the beautiful, finished plan to you. So who exactly are these specialized worker agents? Let's zoom in a little bit and actually meet the members of this intelligent travel agency team. This is such a smart move. The system basically divides its specialists into two different teams. On one side, you have your core travel workers. These are the ones handling the hands-on tasks, like booking flights and hotels. And on the other side, you have the analysis and intelligence workers who provide all the data-driven strategy and insights that make the trip truly amazing. Okay, this table really breaks it all down for us. You've got your core workers handling the essentials, flights, hotels, activities. But then, and this is where things get really next level, you have the intelligence workers. There's a data analyst spotting travel trends, an experience reflector that learns from customer feedback to get better over time, and even an opportunity searcher designed to find those hidden gems that make a trip unforgettable. Now, this part is just, wow, it's absolutely fascinating. Each agent isn't just a line of code. It's given a role and even a backstory. So, for example, the flight booking agent might be programmed with the backstory of a former airline revenue management expert. Just think about that for a second. That context actually shapes its behavior, guiding it to make smarter, more expert-level decisions, not just as a tool, but as a digital expert with experience. So you might be thinking, okay, this is a pretty elaborate setup. Why go through all this trouble? Well, the success of this entire system really hinges on one single thing: clear, structured, and totally unambiguous communication. For the agents to work together seamlessly, they can't just have a casual chat. They use these standardized instruction formats, kind of like what you see here. You can think of it as a digital work order. When the delegator tells the flight worker to find a flight, it gives the instructions in this super clear, machine-readable format. There's no room for guessing, which means there's no room for mistakes. All right, so let's pull it all together. What are the big takeaways here? The CWD model gives us this fantastic blueprint for organizing AI teams. By creating a clear hierarchy, defining those specialized roles, and making sure communication is totally structured, it transforms a group of individual AIs into a single, cohesive unit that can tackle seriously complex challenges with incredible efficiency and resilience. And that really leaves us with this big, exciting question to think about. Now that we have a proven model for making AI agents work together as a team, doing everything from managing projects to planning our dream vacations, what other complex human-led industries could be totally transformed next by this amazing approach?